Well, Bitcoin crypto and digital currency is making its way across the airwaves as Bitcoin does the unthinkable and touches its old all-time high, 20K baby, and that means this hair, it's gone. But 20K, it needs to be official. So it's time for Chico Crypto. So the touch we saw in some obscure exchanges like this one, that doesn't count. As a haircut and these locks, they are staying until we are officially past it. But soon, my friends, very soon. Which means the clock is ticking on this cycle, this bull run. If things are to be like the past, once we are through the old all-time high of 20K, we have give or take 1 year of really bullish movements until it falls and falls big time and another bearish cycle begins. So many of these enterprises who are now dipping their toes into crypto and creating products, they better get those products out ready and moving if they want to capitalize on peak bullishness. And the enterprises, they understand and they know this. Why do you think there were rumors swirling just a few days ago that Facebook's Libra could be getting ready to launch in just a month? January of next year. So you remember Libra, it was hyped, but then it hit massive regulatory roadblocks because of its design, which was a stablecoin backed by a basket of other assets, currencies in the beginning, which included the USD, Euro, British Pound, and the Singapore dollar, plus other assets it had planned down the road. Well, now Libra is going to launch in a much different form, a single coin backed one for one by only one currency, the US dollar. So it's obvious Zuck, he bent the knee to the US regulators, and now Facebook's digital currency can be officially called ZuckBucks. But this shows the bending of the knee that they wanted it out, and they wanted it out quick to gain their crypto user base while the markets are still hot, as Libra plans to launch their other planned assets down the road, as seen from Financial Times, who broke the story. Other assets, what could that mean? Well, as you know, when initially Libra was launched and announced and targeted by the regulators, a bunch of the initial members, they dropped out. Verge covered it in an article titled Facebook's Libra Association Crumbling as Visa, MasterCard, Stripe, and others exit. Yeah, all the payment processing big dogs, they dropped out. As we can see from the members page today, they have stayed out. No Visa, MasterCard, Stripe, or eBay. But let me tell you why Visa is about to rejoin. So Forbes, they recently sat down with two of Visa's executives most responsible for their blockchain decisions. Terry Angelos, SVP, Global Head of FinTech at Visa, and Coy Sheffield, Senior Director, Head of Crypto at Visa. And this is what they said in regards to their Coinbase crypto partnership. First, there are very large and established companies like Coinbase, which we simply treat as strategic fintech clients. However, there is a vibrant ecosystem of crypto-native companies building directly on top of blockchains. In those cases, our Fast Track program has been a key success factor. So, the Fast Track program is just Visa's sales program to crypto companies. It's nothing special. While their Coinbase partnership is something different, they are a strategic fintech client. Strategic as in strategy. As Coinbase is still a member of the Libra Association, listed right there. And then Visa said this in the same interview, which makes me think their Libra rejoin is coming soon. They said, while we are working on this topic, I also want to point out that we, Visa, make an internal distinction between the terms cryptocurrency and digital currency, because that will help you better understand our client base. We think of cryptocurrencies as assets that are natively issued on a blockchain, while we broadly define digital currencies as tokenized versions of fiat, such as what Coinbase and Circle are doing with USDC. Most of our crypto clients fall into the latter category. Tokenized versions of fiat mentions Coinbase, USDC. They don't want to touch crypto per se themselves, but they will let Coinbase do it. So here is the giant question you may ask yourself. Why in the funk would Coinbase, who has USDC, the most dominant regulated stablecoin, want to help Libra launch ZuckBucks, which would be then a direct and serious competitor to their own stablecoin? Remember other assets? Because Libra is going to somehow involve USDC, which is obvious if you go to the Novi wallet website. Novi is Libra's digital wallet, and as we can see in the stablecoin section, it says this: backed by the Libra reserve of assets, made up of cash or cash equivalents and short-term government securities. Cash equivalents, aka already tokenized versions of the dollar, like USDC, ones that are already seen as okay in regulators' eyes, and one that regulators are already using for their objectives. For example, USDC. Coindesk covered it. U.S. government enlists USDC for global foreign policy objective in Venezuela. And the article states, the Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve deposit funds seized by the U.S. into a bank account in the U.S. tied to the Guaido government, which converts the funds into USDC that Circle then sends to RTM in Venezuela. Besides all of that, how do I know there is more to this than meets the eye? Well, Brian Armstrong, he tweeted this earlier in the month. A picture of a WhatsApp payment in India which just went live, and the words, "This is great." Now imagine if this worked in every country of the world and cross-border using an open standard powered by cryptocurrency. And look who replied below, David Marcus, leader of Facebook Financial and the Novi wallet, and he said, "On it." Now Brian wouldn't be retweeting WhatsApp crypto payment stuff, and David wouldn't be jumping in to say "on it" if they weren't working on something behind the scenes. So it looks like Visa is just sitting on the sidelines waiting to dive in when regulators give the big old thumbs up, but they have strategic partners who are still in, a la Coinbase. But Visa is more than just waiting. They are integrating, not under their name, but another name, Plaid. Plaid, they're a fintech enabler which connects traditional bank accounts to thousands of digital platforms, including the crypto exchange Coinbase. And Plaid was acquired by Visa, announced in 2020 early, although the DOJ is trying to block the acquisition, although most likely it's going to go through. And guess what? Plaid is not only looking at regular stablecoins, Plaid is also looking at DeFi. Coindesk covered it in September. Fintech giant Plaid has a hidden passion for DeFi. And in the article it states, Plaid has integrated with Dharma and Teller Finance. Well, we know Dharma, no token. But what is Teller? Well, it's an undercollateralized loan protocol coming out soon. Hint, hint, it's coming. TLR token, and it's going to be earned through liquidity mining, aka prepare yourself for that one. Now, if Visa sees that undercollateralized loan protocols is going to be a big next thing in DeFi, I think it will. And unfortunately, the wait is the hardest part with TLR. But for this sector, uncollateralized loans, you don't actually have to wait. And it's from a big entity, 6th largest stablecoin regulated and allowed in the US. TrueUSD, which if you didn't know, they are the most transparent too regarding their stablecoin reserves, with real-time attestations of the balances through Armiano CPA, and scrolling down, it's powered by none other than Chainlink. So they're okay to launch in the US with a stablecoin, they are transparent, and they are integrated with DeFi, me likely. So what is this under-collateralized loan protocol? Well, it's called TrueFi, and of course Trust Token, those behind TrueUSD, now promote it on their website along with the stablecoin. And going to the DApp interface, it's live under collateralized loans, and the initial first lending pool, it already has over 16 million in it, and it only launched 10 days ago, November 21st. And as we can see, 32% is locked, meaning it's borrowed. And then also below, in the LP pools for the liquidity mining, healthy AF, with 3 pools getting over 57%, 83%, and 97% APY. Then you look at the chart, launch hype, which happens to all the DeFi coins, and now it's settled down. But me friends, this is why I'm interested in True and TrueFi. If you look at the market cap of True USD, it's over $300 million. That's over $300 million in their stable coins that can be offered to this protocol. And the number of TUSD, it's only growing. If you look at the APY on TrueFi, their app, for their True USD lending pool, it's over 7%. It's the best in the business from almost any D app. And it's from TUSD, the Trust Token team. Thus, I see much more borrowing and supplying going on, and this moving up in the DeFi rankings, which is already kind of happening. Stacking USD on Twitter said this: 2 loans, 15 million TUSD, are now seeking votes from True holders, both requested by Alameda Research, aka SBF Sam Bankman-Fried. Cheers, I'll see you next time.